So far, we've learned about the different processes in the rock cycle, and we've learned about the different types of rocks, but we haven't put them together. So today, we're going to look at different types of rocks, and we're going to try to make connections to which processes help to form those types of rocks. So on the left-hand side of your chart, you will see the three main rock types that we talked about: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary. I've also added in sediment, which remember is just tiny pieces of broken down rock, and magma, because while they're not some of the main types of rocks we talked about, they are necessary steps in forming those three main types of rocks. Let's start with sediment. While we were learning about the processes, we talked about several of them that involve little pieces of sediment. So, one of the first ones was going from a big rock and having it break down into tiny pieces of sediment. Go ahead and type that name of that process in the box on the right. The next process we learned about was the process that is responsible for moving those sediments from one place to another. Go ahead and type that process's name in the box on the right. The last process we learned about that deals with sediment was the process that drops the sediment in a new place. Add its name to this box on the right. You should now have three processes in this box. The next type we're going to talk about is sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks, remember, are made out of sediments. We talked about two different processes that help to form sedimentary rocks. One of them takes place in water, usually, and it's when the sediment pieces sink down to the bottom of the water, and they sit there for a while until they start to get smushed. Go ahead and type its name in the box on the right. The other process that helps to form sedimentary rocks that we learned about was the process that actually smashes or compacts those little pieces of sediment into a sedimentary rock. Add its name to the box on the right. Next, we're going to talk about metamorphic rocks. Remember, metamorphic rocks are rocks that go from one type of rock to another type of rock without ever becoming a liquid. There were two processes that we learned about. Both of them have to take place inside of the earth, and both of these processes help to form metamorphic rocks. One of them was when the rock was exposed to a lot of heat inside the earth, and then it started to get smashed together under a lot of pressure. Add its name to the box on the right. The other process that we learned about that forms metamorphic rocks is the process that changes the shape of the rock and makes it bend and twist and break. Go ahead and add its name now too. The next type of rock we're going to talk about is magma. We only talked about one process in the rock cycle that takes a solid rock and makes it so hot that it turns into liquid magma. Go ahead and add its name to this box on the right. Finally, let's talk about igneous rocks. Remember, igneous rocks can form inside the earth or outside of the earth, but no matter what, igneous rocks always form when magma cools and hardens and becomes a solid rock once again. Go ahead and add the name of the one process we learned that helps with this to the box on the right.